What up, Dokkanners? We've got a big reveal coming up tonight. The 11th anniversary campaign live broadcast. It is going to be happening on the 28th of January at 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for me. I'm going to put a link to this in the description down below so you guys can see exactly what time it's going to be starting for you. The plan is I'm going to be going live probably a couple of hours, maybe actually 3 or 4 hours before, because I don't know if I trust myself to wake up. So I will be live. We'll be doing more red zone and blue zones. I've been dropping those videos steadily. I will eventually get to the stuff that you guys have been waiting for. I know that a lot of you guys are just eagerly waiting for the like blue zone Majin Buu saga stuff. I'll get to it. But today I wanted to do a final sort of preview slash prediction video, going back and checking out last year's video. This was the stream broadcast that they did right before the 10th anniversary kicked off. So we're going to go through this and we're going to kind of just relive it, and that'll sort of help temper our expectations as far as what we're going to be seeing. But once again, a reminder, the chance balls, this stuff is going to be what they're going to draw this during the broadcast. So if you chose your numbers, you still, no, it's too late now. Do you have time? No, actually you do have time. You have until, you have until 20 minutes into the live stream. Interesting. I don't think anybody should be taking this long to grab those balls. You guys should be grabbing those balls ASAP. But yeah, make sure you guys pick whichever balls you want. You could either put it all on one of the 7 numbers. That way, if that one is chosen, then you will get 105 stones, or you can split it up however you want. Remember, they will be drawing 2 balls. So if you choose all on number 7, well, there's going to be 2 rolls where you could possibly get that number selected. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in here. And let's check this out. Oh boy, where is it? Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so let's watch this. Ri Ishikawa, right? That's the MC. She was there at the Genki Damatsuri thing. When it comes to the Dokkan presence at that event, it was honestly just for name recognition, because nothing happened. Nothing happened for Dokkan. It was honestly, if you were just on that stream for the Dokkan news, it was a total waste of time. Legends even got something. Gekishin was just a demo. Dokkan, there was just 0 news. So here we have Sunshine. I don't believe, actually no, yeah, Sunshine's not going to be there for part 1. Sunshine is going to be there for part 2. For part 1, I believe the comedy duo that we saw at the Genki Damatsuri event, I think they will be the ones that attend this one. So it'll be her as well as those 2 and Geppy and Omatsu. So that's how we will start. And then they'll give us the little program lineup. So they'll talk about the 11th anniversary campaign information, the new character information, Dragonstone giveaway challenge. There'll probably be some sort of like live stream concurrent viewership sort of thing, and we'll get some stones from it. Typically from these sorts of things, we get around like what, 30 to 50 stones, I think. And I'll tell you right now, when it comes to the stone payouts, it'll probably take a couple of days. All right. So please, 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 don't spam me asking, hey, you know. It'll get there. All right. It'll get there. Settle down. All right. So let's go through this. Yeah. So here it is. Maximum simultaneous viewers. If they reached 100K viewers, we got 50 stones. If it was 70K, 30. If it was 30K, 15. I think we hit this. Pretty sure we hit this. I don't know if they're going to go further and make it 111 or 110 or something like that. That might be pushing it, but we'll see. We'll see, especially considering the seemingly divisive reception to DAIMA that I've seen on Twitter. But, you know, Twitter isn't everything. So let's go ahead and jump in here. What do we start with? They start talking about the stones and stuff. They're kind of just vamping. LR free talk, right? Impressions of numbers. That's actually the perfect, yeah. Number of simultaneous viewers, right? Oh, they did a live count. Yeah, 133. Okay, yeah. So we'll definitely hit that. Okay, we will hit that. They go over the theme. So the theme for this celebration is New Horizons. We already know that. They'll probably go and dive a little bit deeper into it. They'll talk about all that. Then they'll talk about some of the events that we're going to start to get. So last year it was this. I don't know if we'll get the same volume of stuff or in the same sort of manner, but we should be getting some new stuff. Like they'll probably talk about the Tales of the Guardians, which I believe is the new Tamagami event where you can farm out the Tamagami characters. There's also going to be a new 11th anniversary special battle. So far in the data files, I believe that's all we know. There's one more thing that Proton showed in the data files I think I want to pull up. Some upcoming panel missions have some weird ID stuff. Recruit ID card, blah, 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 blah. Dokkan Awaken ID cards. This has got to be the free-to-play stuff. Level up free-to-play. Dokkan Awaken. Oh, Tamagamis. 1, 2, 3. That's got to be what that is, right? Clear event ID. And then some more mysterious stuff over here. And then Rick talked about it. The Unified SMB is ID 1738. The new Tamagami event ID is 1748. The IDs usually end in 0 or usually skip. If all IDs are in between these for the 11th anniversary, there could be 8 more challenge events coming, including the ones in the Proton tweet. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We just don't have everything right now, but this is where they'll they will go over all that stuff. And then they also showed the new free-to-play characters. So we got our first glimpse at the LR Demon King Piccolo and the Goten Trunks. I'm sure they showed which one was eventually going to become the LR, I think. But we'll see that. So some people are right now kind of thinking that we could be looking at a mini Supreme Kai as a potential extra free-to-play unit. Or maybe he becomes the LR. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, yeah. They show the LR here. Yep, they show that. Cool. Dokkan Chronicles. So I talked about this recently with the whole like wallpaper stuff. I'm sure this will eventually like be a recurring thing. Because this dropped during the 10th anniversary, I'm not so sure if it'll come back for the 11th, but we'll see. This will be a good way for people who are kind of jumping in fresh to get some of the older collectible stuff that were there before. Purunga Dragon Ball campaign. There will absolutely be a Purunga Dragon Ball campaign. It'll just be a red Purunga since we are in DAIMA. Okay. And that covers all of the basics. And then they talk about the fact that it is going to be a Dokkan Festival Carnival. This year, we still don't know at the moment if it's going to be Dokkan Festival Carnival or if it's going to be Double Dokkan Festival. As a Vegeta fan, knowing full well that Vegeta will likely be the second fiddle, I would imagine that he will probably be the Carnival unit. But as a fan, I want it to be Dokkan Festival. So I guess what I'm saying is I personally want it to be Dual Dokkan Festival. I'm sure some people will disagree, but hey, I'm Vegeta fanning and I'm coping, okay? I don't want Vegeta to just be like, the worst thing that could happen is that not only is his like hit bad, but his leader skill sucks too. You know, just treat him well. If anything, shaft the Goku, please. I shouldn't be saying this. Anyway, so they show that, and then they show us the characters again. So they showed the 10th anniversary LRs right there. We already know that we're only going to be having 2, so there's not going to be a 6 LR scenario for this 11th anniversary. Then we'll see like the expanded view of the card art, which is really cool. What the there we go. Kakkoi na! Anyway. Okay, so we're checking out the card arts, which is pretty cute. And then we get the full animation suite and we get the information. So it's going to be, that's why this whole thing was pretty long, because they were very comprehensively going through each character. That's why it's an hour and 8 minutes. So we'll get the full reaction or the full animations, and then where's the actual like unit details? Because they kind of talk about it. Yeah. Then they talk about it and then they start showing like all the information. So in my honest opinion, I think the leader skill meta is not going to change. If anything, there was a really cool thing done by my boy Kamokan when we did that like concept review video, where instead of the 200% going to HP, perhaps this can fluctuate, and maybe for the 11th anniversary we'll get a couple characters that instead of getting 200% HP, it becomes 200% attack or 200% defense or something like that. That might be the only level of variation that I would be open to them doing. I don't need them to increase it, because again, my personal opinion, you guys can disagree, what I want is for the meta to stay the same in terms of the numbers. If we want to try to, you know, adjust according to the new challenge events, I think more rotating support, more effective support, you know, extra damage reduction that floats around and is spread around teammates, things like that, I think would be a better way to sort of bridge the gap between older characters and the newer content. That's just my opinion. You know, you guys can disagree. That's totally fine. But that's what I'm guessing. I think we'll probably get either just the same format, or it'll be a little bit different where one of these other two gets the 200%. But we'll still be at the 250/220 range. I think DAIMA, I mean, obviously DAIMA. Both characters, I think, will lead DAIMA. Battle of Fate, I believe, looking at the missions that we have for some of the newer stuff, I think Battle of Fate is also going to be a category that at least the Goku, yeah, Vegeta can't have Battle of Fate because that wasn't the final showdown. So Goku will lead DAIMA. I'm going to say DAIMA, Battle of Fate, Giant Ape Power. Is that good? Or maybe Pure Saiyans? No, you know what? It's got to be Demonic Power. No, I mean, Mini Super Saiyan 4. Demonic Power can be the sub lead. I'm going to say DAIMA, Battle of Fate, and then I'm going to say Pure Saiyans. And then the secondary effects can be Demonic Power, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, and something else. I don't know. Yeah, you guys let me know. I'm guessing he's going to be physical. Let me actually see. What did I write here? Yes. Physical adult Daima Super Saiyan 4. I said AGL for Vegeta. By the way, I'm sorry. I got them mixed up. All right. The stupid Majins, Do and Ku. Do is the chunky one. Ku is the skinny one. All right. I'm sorry. Majin Do is the banner unit. My free-to-play TUR guess was going to be King Majin Ku. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all roasted me, man. It hurt my feelings. And we went over all the details. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a fan of the new mechanic because it's not a new mechanic to me. It's a glorified Link super. It is a glorified random super effect. Like, you know how Buhan sometimes will use that fancier Kamehameha where all the ghost clones will assist him? It just doesn't seem special to me. Like, it's going to be voiced. It's going to look cooler. It's not a one-off. I think it's going to be something that you can use once in a while during a fight. Like, it just doesn't seem like it's anything unique or distinguished. That's my early take on it. I'm sure my opinions will change, but at the moment, I'm not too impressed. Okay, so we see all the animations. We don't need to sit through all this. So see all the animations for the characters. All right, and then what's happening up here? Yeah, dude, we are on this from what, 13 minutes in all the way to oh my god. This is the bulk of the thing. Yeah, okay, so for like 45 minutes we're talking about this. Okay, so finally we're done. So it's not going to be this long for this one because we only have 2 LRs, so it'll probably be more like 30 minutes maybe. And then they start kind of reflecting and talking about it, and then let's see what else they talk about. Oh, the pity coins. So pity coins is going to be a thing. There's also a special pity coin that happens during these celebrations where between parts 1 and 2, if you accumulate these special coins, you can use it to buy any of the like headliner characters between parts 1 and 2. So that's one of the extra special things about the anniversary. Granted, it is pretty expensive because you have to use 2,500 stones worth of summons to get enough pity coins to be able to buy one of them. I believe that was the math. Yeah, you have to collect 500 coins. So it is expensive, but the good news is that you can join your expenses between parts 1 and 2 to then put it all into one character. So once we learn what the part 2 characters are, if ultimately we figure out that Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is the best unit in the anniversary, then maybe you can pool all of your coins over to that and just buy him by the end of the celebration. Also, there is going to be a rainbow ticket summon. Last year we had a special 44% summon. I don't know if they mentioned this earlier in the video. I might have missed it, but I do want to point that out. Every year when we get these rainbow tickets, they use them in different ways. Sometimes it used to be where you could do like a 55 special summon, then a 66 special summon, 77 special summon. Every year it got a little crazier to the point where you were able to get a guaranteed featured SSR on one of the banners. But then last year there was a way where you had a 44% chance to pull the new character, and it was pretty much a boom or bust for a lot of people. I myself got pretty lucky, not for the anniversary, but it was for GDC. I'm wondering if they're going to repeat that 44 special summon again here. I don't remember what we did for this. What did we use for the rainbow tickets for the 10th anniversary? I don't want to comb through this and make this video like, you know, super massive. I don't know. I very much loved this. I don't know if we'll necessarily get this year, but I think that this was a cool thing that they did, mainly because, you know, they were trying to cover the broad like universe of Dokkan. So this made sense for 10th anniversary. Will it make sense for the 11th? Probably not, but we'll see. Then we get the 77 dragon stones. This was for this was for the broadcast. Q, very Q. Stones, right? Stone challenge. Oh yeah, they did the stone challenge thing. Okay, weren't they also supposed to do some like drum? Oh, is this the choking part? Hold on, I haven't seen this. I've only seen, dude, it's been so long since I've seen this. I need to look at this, man. Sunshine like straight up like chokes Omatsu or like absorbs him. Oh, this is the one. What are you doing? Oh my god, what are you doing? What the hell is he doing? What is he doing? Dude, I love this guy. This guy's so extra and I love it. Oh, the chance time was in the GDC. Yeah, chance time was in GDC, so that's not here. But basically towards the end, there's going to be a giant like box. Omatsu and Geppy will each kind of shuffle it, and they'll draw one ball from the box, and then that'll be what we get for the chance time stuff. And I don't remember where the tickets are. They will explain what the tickets do as well. They will review all the stuff that we already know. They'll explain the 11th anniversary free tickets, the ones that are going to be used on the Dokkan Festival and Carnival banners, and then they will explain what the 11th anniversary rainbow tickets can do. Basically, we're going to go through everything during this celebration, and yeah, this will be the final dose of hype. Will it be good? Will it be not good? This is where we will find out, sort of. Also, based on some of the missions that we are getting for the new like 11th anniversary stuff that we've seen in the data downloads, I think I'm just saying this again, I believe the new DAIMA characters are going to be characters that will have guaranteed crit. I say that based on the 11th anniversary TUR Goku. His condition for the EX super attack is that the first attack in the turn has to be a super that performs a guaranteed critical hit. So this is, in my opinion, referencing what the new characters are going to do. So I think we are going to be seeing characters with guaranteed crits right away. But then also there was another effect. I believe it was fighting one of the Tamagamis where you needed to launch a bunch of attacks to dwindle down their insane damage reduction. I think you will also find a character, one of these two characters, or at least one, will have the ability to do crazy combos. So just imagine being able to do crazy additionals, crazy crits on these DAIMA characters, as well as whatever else they're able to do. So I think we're in for some pretty impressive demos on this upcoming live stream. And that is our final review preview for the upcoming 11th anniversary broadcast. Again, I will be going live later on tonight to check out the stuff and also just keep myself awake. It has been a very busy and hectic few days, but we are still grinding with those streams, with the videos. I got y'all covered on everything. And that's it. That about covers all of it. I'm gonna go eat something because I'm hungry. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Leave in the comments your thoughts on what you expect on the upcoming 11th anniversary broadcast. How many stones do you expect us to get from all of the like challenges that they do on the live stream? Which numbers have you picked with your chance balls? What do you think the characters are going to be doing? The DAIMA Super Saiyan 4 and the DAIMA Super Saiyan 3. What types will they be? Give me some ideas for leader skills. Anything else you have predictions on? Feel free to share in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.